Are we all breathing a huge sigh of relief after this election, thinking everything's fine? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the end? And what does that mean for our preparations?
The Ready Life, into the country.
Before the election, I hoped for a decisive outcome to minimize unrest. We prayed for peace, and so far it seems like we've got it. But let's not settle into a false sense of security. The world is still volatile, and most people are still entirely dependent on the system. Just look around. The East Coast longshoremen's strike is unresolved. It's merely on pause until January 15, and if they can't reach an agreement, it's back on, and the store shelves could take a serious hit. The U.S. Strategic Oil Reserve is critically low, less than 20 days worth left. What happens if fuel runs out, halting trucks, trains, and boats that keep our everything moving? And as energy demands grow, our already fragile power grid is stretched thin. Friends, we're living in an age where, according to prophecy, natural disasters are going to escalate, and the system will one day make it impossible for anyone who doesn't comply to even buy or sell. COVID gave us a taste of this. And with digital currencies on the rise and big tech intertwined with finance, economic control is not some distant fantasy. So here we are with the new administration promising a house cleaning. But there's also an opposition, one that's shown that it will use legal battles, cancel culture, and sometimes outright unrest to push their agenda. Don't expect the next few years to be calm. And regardless of whether you agree with these policies or not, big political changes are rarely peaceful. Now, let's consider the best case scenario. Maybe we get a few years of peace. What should we do? One option is to respond like King Hezekiah, who got comfortable when God granted him peace. When he was warned of future calamities, he just shrugged it off, saying, "Is it not good if peace and truth be in my days?" He enjoyed the present and ignored the future. But then we have King Asa. God gave him peace and he went to work. 2 Chronicles says, "And he built fortified cities in Judah, for the land had rest. Therefore he said, let us build these cities and make walls and towers, gates and bars, while the land is yet before us." And they built and prospered. Asa used his time wisely, fortifying his people spiritually and physically. And when a million-strong Ethiopian army invaded, Asa's preparations and faith held firm. I like this quote. It says, "In time of peace, Asa had not been giving himself to amusement and pleasure. He had been preparing for any emergency. Having sought the Lord in prosperity, he could now rely upon him in adversity." This reminds me to stay vigilant. I don't expect peace, but if it comes, it's an opportunity to prepare. So we're doubling down on our mission to help you make the most of this time. The 521 Preparedness Plan was just the beginning. Be sure you're subscribed here on YouTube with notifications on. And since YouTube's alerts can be unreliable, sign up for our email list at thereadylife.com/subscribe or click the link below. And also, don't forget to check out the 521 Preparedness Plan if you haven't already by clicking on one of these videos.